dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
We should be good. Okay, yeah. Peace and love to all the guys and goddesses and the high vibrating species on the planet. What it is, what it do, good people, come on in. You already know what it is that we're about to get busting around here. Yeah. Academates, peace and love. I see you. Come on in. Y'all have a seat right next to me. You know what I'm talking about? We got SCP-6041. Chicken Little's Requiem. Yeah, okay. So this is the one that my daughter requested. So, baby girl, this one for you. Y'all know? Peace and love to you. I see you, girl. I see you. Yeah. I hope everybody's doing good out there, because I am. I am indeed. Let's get that numerology busting, because we have number what's the number 2? The master number 11. Okay. So how about this? How about we pull the okay, so how about we pull the 2 indefinite for the equation, and then we're gonna bring the 1, but we're gonna bring the tarot of the 1 and the sun planetary energy into it as well, right? So for the first part, we'll go with the number 2, which is feminine in energy, and the moon, Cancer in the 4th house, I believe. Yeah, in the 4th house, and that would be the moon and planetary alignment and stuff like that, and the moonstone. Yeah, moonstone. All right. And that is inner emotional life. So that's your inner emotions, which I always ask you guys to make sure you know what I'm saying, keep a guard and protection, and a hedge of protection around your emotions, especially because that leads to low vibratory energy, and it invites low vibratory energies once you get too emotional, depending on the level of emotion, because there is a positive emotion as well, right? So yeah, but you want to keep that protected. But some positives for the moon is emotion, feeling. Let's see, your psyche, caretaker, nurturing, mysterious, safety, motherhood, reflection, femininity, unconscious, home, maturity, comfort, survival, tides, and the water. So if you should be, I'm gonna say should, but if you're not familiar with the moon, it's definitely a feminine in energy. It entails the female cycle, if you will, the waters, of course. Yeah. So definitely great mother energy here. And some of the negatives would be moody, self-sacrifice, too private, insecure, passive aggressive.
Adding that story of the audio of my ancestor, just kind
of longing, loss, trauma, needy, obsession, isolation, risk averse, passive, fear, vulnerable, nervous, and nostalgic. Okay. So some of the positives for the number 2 is easygoing, mild-mannered, patient, agreeable, considerate, cooperative, gracious, kind, a peacemaker, caring, persuasive, charming, receptive, diplomatic, understanding, and modest. The negatives: petty, small-minded, deceptive, apathetic, shy, weak, hoarding, cruel, insensitive, or supersensitive, apologies, impatient, insecure, uncooperative, and inconsiderate. And some of the occupations is the poet, the musician, the psychic, editor, draftsperson, computer programmer, botanist, a librarian, secretary, mediator, naval officer, restaurant owner, actor, artist, cashier, and so on and so forth. And let's see, some of the tidbits here is the lakes, rulership over lakes, ponds, streams, water towers, public places, beaches, docks, harbors, canals, oceans, milk products, and fishing industry. The colors are cream and green or white families. And the tarot is the high priestess card, if you're into such thing. And that secrets revealed, mysteries uncovered. Center balance that holds together eternal opposites, linked with the new moon and unrealized potential. All right. Now for the one, which is basically when you get the master number 11, that's just the one energy doubled. All right, so we're just, like I said, the magician's card will say acts as a bridge between astral realm and earth, great energy and potential. A path guide pointing out directions and ideas, new beginnings, opportunities, and talents. And you see how that could kind of correlate with the new moon energy. You can manifest, if you will. And we, of course, the sunstone, which is this what I have on. And that's self-awareness and ego overall. All right. So if anything else pops up on the sunstone card, I will, you know what I'm saying, intervene and throw that out there for y'all, so we don't lose track of any energies that was actually pinged on the segment right now. So Academates, I hope you have what you need, because I do. And without further ado, we're gonna get to what it is that we do. That is the numerology for the day. Well, at least for the SCP for the of the day. So let's get this thing busting, shall we? Hold up. What happened? And we are with the Asylum 817. Peace and love to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of D-Class personnel, go ahead and sit down, please. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Commander, and I'm going to be brief.
Okay, we're not D-Class personnel. We're just sitting in, you know what I'm saying, just, feel me, because I am not about to get treated like one of them guys. Yeah, that's that boy.
Briefing you on the SCP. You're about to go out in the field and study, so I suggest you pay attention. What we're looking at today is SCP-6041, Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-6041 is to be contained within an anomalous vehicle containment bay in Site-43 when not in use. Testing with SCP-6041 has been suspended until further notice. Current objectives are to prevent and mitigate the growth of SCP-60...
It's a hydraulic lift? A hydraulic, okay.
41-A.
I must remember, nothing's off the table when we're dealing with the SCP Foundation. Okay, so.
Description. SCP-6041 is an object resembling an industrial scissor lift. At a distance, SCP-6041 appears to be made of standard materials compared to non-anomalous models. However, if a sentient being moves in close proximity while maintaining eye contact with SCP-6041, the object is perceived to be made of various types of anonymously durable paper, primarily cardboard, newspaper, and multicolored confetti. SCP-6041's main anomalous property becomes active when it is operated and extended beyond 12 meters. Additional scissor arms will emerge from the chassis, allowing SCP-6041 to ascend further. There is currently no known limit to this extension. All manifested scissor arms will sink and demanifest into the chassis upon descent. If one or more sentient beings are inside the confines of the platform as SCP-6041 ascends beyond 12 meters, subjects will report that their surroundings have drastically changed. These changes can be witnessed in person and by photography and videography. Examples of changes include Buildings and bridges are replaced by cardboard replicas and popsicle sticks, respectively. All buildings have windows and doors drawn onto them in crayon. All metallic objects are wrapped in thick sheets of tinfoil. All bodies of water that appear are represented by pieces of blue paper, with the ocean appearing as multiple blue wool blankets overlapping each other. All earthly terrain appear to be composed of modeling clay, with the color of the clay matching the composition of the area. All humans, animals, anomalous entities, vehicles, and inanimate objects are depicted as plastic models constructed from ceramic material. These models are the exact size of their real-life counterparts. All models, with the exception of inanimate objects, are affixed to stands. The positions and posture of these models change constantly when not directly observed. All airborne entities and objects are suspended by thin strands of string. The length of the string is undetermined, as it appears to extend indefinitely toward the sky. These changes are reversed upon complete descent. If a subject descends without operating SCP-6041, jumping off the platform, climbing down the scissor arms, crossing over to another high-rise object, etc., the changes will remain and outside observers will witness subjects spontaneously disappearing. Subjects are capable of traversing this environment by foot while maintaining their endurance indefinitely. Subjects can only exit this environment by re-entering the platform and descending with SCP-6041. Discovery. SCP-6041 was recovered from San Juan Capistrano, California in the aftermath of a minor car collision, which resulted in the damage of 5 separate vehicles. The owner of the car who caused the collision was in the middle of explaining why he was not to blame to another individual involved in the crash before strong winds removed the tarp of the car hauler attached to his vehicle, revealing SCP-6041. After SCP-6041's perception-shifting properties became apparent to nearby civilians, the driver fled the area. Notes recovered from the vehicle claimed that the owner, Michael Ferry, designated POI 4857, was an avid fan of GOI 0267, Are We Cool Yet? POI 4857 stated that he found SCP-6041 by accident within the premises of an abandoned paper mill and had been attempting to bring the anomalous object back to his residence in hopes of integrating himself further into the anarchist community. All witnesses were amnesticized and SCP-6041 was transported to Site 43 without incident. A search priority was issued for POI 4857, but no further sightings have been reported since.
Dang,
all right,
man.
this is a...
I mean, hey, man, y'all stay wiping people, bro. It's not cool, man. It's not cool, bro. Like, if we run across, hey, man, it's fair game if we run across it now. You feel me? Like, it's fair game. Listen. Yeah, I mean, it's just, that's just my, you know what I'm saying, my opinion, of course. I feel like it's fair game if we run across any informations out here, whether it was supposed to have been secret or not. I feel like it's fair. If we learned it and figured it out, then it's fair game for us to be privy to. I don't feel like anybody should get wiped of anything that they privy to. You feel me? Whether, you know what I'm saying, like, because some people, like, sometimes and a lot of times, a lot of us figure things out. We receive the downloads, you know what I mean? All types of things, anomalous things happen to how we end up finding information. I mean, sometimes we're guided by our ancestors, by spirits, period. You know what I'm saying? To sometimes find their killers. You know what I'm talking about? So, it like the spiritual realm, it gets deep, bro. It gets really deep. And sometimes it's like some small-minded, narrow-minded people that just, you know what I mean? They just don't get it. Like, just like the negatives here, you know what I'm saying? Like, small-minded. Like, you just don't get it. You feel me? Sometimes we can't even explain it. We just, man, one day something just popped up in my head. I went to doing some research and I found this and I found that. And all of a sudden I tracked down this and that led to that and this led to this. And all of a sudden we're here. And it's nothing like what these people said. You know what I'm saying? It's this. And it's all like bloodline, like doing genealogy, for example. You know what I'm saying? So it's this type of stuff that I really like try to home in on when I'm looking at these anomalies, regardless if it's supposed to be real or not. You know what I'm saying? I look at it in a perspective of trying to integrate it with real life aspects, real life situations, like what what really happened, what would you really do, what's really going on. Just like with this running across something like this, I mean, he's already a fan of this, so he's already privy to something of the nature of this supernatural stuff, right? Let us have that. Can we have that? Let us have that. We found it. It's fair game. It ain't like we trying to say like we really like. Oh man, I can't speak for everybody, but you know what I'm saying. You get a hold of something, and you out here trying to exploit it and monetize it. You know what I'm saying? So and we know half the time that's what most of this stuff be about. You don't want us to get, you know what I'm saying, get hands on it and monetize it and you know what I'm saying, make a fortune. Y'all would rather do that unfairly again. You know what I'm saying? We're privy to it. Let us have it. That's us. Somebody slipped up or we stumbled on to. Can't be mad at me. And then you be unaliving people and you know what I'm saying? And then doing this neuralizing, man. Come on, bro. Let's
Addendum 1, testing.
Let us live, man.
Shortly after containment, it became apparent that the visual changes experienced by subjects were in actuality SCP-6041 crossing over to a dimension parallel to our own. It was also revealed that any physical interaction in this dimension here...
See, and that's why I'm glad I brought the Magician's card as the number 1, you know what I'm saying? Because now it acts as a bridge between the astral realm and Earth. So here we are, jumping dimensions. You feel me? So we're in the game, Academates.
Hereby referred to as SCP-6041-1, will directly correspond to our own. -1 can be affected through physical interaction in our own dimension as well, albeit to a limited degree. A series of tests were commenced under lead researcher Jennings to test the limits of -1. Materials required: 1 water hose, 1 wooden pole, 1.5 meters, JM498, JM390. Test parameters: the hose will be used to create a large puddle on the ground. JM498 and JM390 are to operate SCP-6041 and enter -1. JM498 is tasked with walking across the puddle. JM390 is tasked with crawling under the puddle with the use of the pole. Result: JM498 walks across and immediately sinks into the puddle. JM498 flounders around for 17 seconds before swimming to the other side, physically exhausted. JM390 reluctantly approaches the puddle. JM390 uses the pole to lift up a small section of the puddle to his surprise. JM390 adjusts the pole upright and crawls underneath the puddle without difficulty. JM390 comments that the experience was enjoyable to the annoyance of JM498. Notes: all bodies in water in -1 universally possess a greater depth than our dimension's counterparts. Observers outside of -1 noticed a section of the puddle hovering above the ground, following an unidentified mass traveling under the water before dissipating. Materials required: SCP-6041, JM498, JM390, 1 hedge trimmer, 1 bowling ball. Test parameters: testing is to commence far away from major population centers. JM498 and JM390 are to be provided with the hedge trimmer and the bowling ball. They are to operate SCP-6041, enter -1, and ascend high into the troposphere. They are to approach one of the clouds and sever the string, after which they are to tie the end of the string to the bowling ball. Result: SCP-6041 is positioned under a small cloud. JM498 and JM390 ascend and enter -1 as instructed. JM498 initially approaches the string with the hedge trimmers, but suddenly presses them into JM390's hand, citing that he has a better reach than him. JM390 sighs and approaches the cloud and cuts the string without difficulty. The cloud slowly floats to the ground. JM390 grabs the string and ties it around the bowling ball. Once confident it won't slip from the string, both personnel descend and exit -1. Notes: the cloud recovered was found to be tangible to solid matter and displays properties consistent with cotton. The bowling ball was found to be suspended in midair. Once removed from the string, the bowling ball's anomalous properties ceased. Attempts to reattach the cloud to the string failed. The cloud was designated an anomalous object and placed in storage. Materials required: JM498, JM390, 1 shovel, 1 steel block, 1 knife, various types of colored clay. Test parameters: the steel cube is to be placed near SCP-6041. JM-498 and JM-390 are to operate SCP-6041 and enter -1. JM-498 and JM-390 are provided the enter -98 and JM-390 are to operate SCP.
Okay. There's our colors. So that was in it, like right after the tidbits. We got the cream, green, and white. So, and I mean, even yellow could be like a derivative of getting close to that cream color, right? So yeah. So there's our colors. They've been talking a lot about water. So there's our water. So there's our moon incorporation. Yeah, in the game on this one. Good choice, baby girl. Yeah.
6041 and enter -1. JM-498 and JM-390 are provided the shovel and clay and the knife respectively. JM-498 is tasked with digging out a section of the floor and replacing it with the clay. JM-390 is tasked with removing the tinfoil from the cube.
Look, and check this out. Sand could be like almost like a yellow color, right? In a sense. Then you got snow, that's white again. Then you got grass, green. So here's our colors again, but this is like in tangible land. You know what I'm saying? Or elements.
Result: JM-498 and JM-390 operated SCP-6041 and entered -1. JM-390 removed the tinfoil with the knife, revealing a smaller cube constructed of cardboard underneath. JM-498 dug several holes and filled them with clay colored yellow, white, and green. Upon exiting -1, it was found that the metal shavings and the cube had transmuted into tinfoil and cardboard respectively. The holes that were dug up had been filled with sand, snow, and grass. Notes: -1 has the potential to transmute matter in our dimension if certain measures are taken. Materials required: JM-498, JM-390, 1 instance of Sus domesticus. Test parameters: the pig is to be released near SCP-6041 with leftovers from the cafeteria used to keep it stationary. JM-498 and JM-390 are to operate SCP-6041 and enter -1. They are then tasked to move the pig around various spots near SCP-6041. Result: JM-498 and JM-390 approached and moved the model. Outside observation showed the pig levitating off the ground and moving in the same direction as JM-498 and JM-390. Midway through the test, JM-498 accidentally lost his grip on the model, allowing it to shatter on the ground. The pig suddenly stopped in midair before impacting the ground, shattering in the same manner. Despite its injuries, the pig neither expired nor bled out. The pig was returned to normal after arranging the broken pieces back in place and gluing them together. Notes: the models are more fragile compared to non-anomalous counterparts. Extra precautions are now to be used when interacting with objects in -1. Materials required: SCP-6041, JM-498, JM-390. Test parameters: JM-498 and JM-390 are to operate SCP-6041 and enter -1. They are to ascend as high as possible to test the spatial regions of -1. Result: this is in Addendum 2. All right, pass this around. Addendum 2, Incident 6041-1. Following extensive testing, SCP-6041 received the attention of Site-43's Arms and Equipment Section due to the nature of its anomalous properties. It was suggested that SCP-6041 could be used not only for reconnaissance, but also as a tool for combating dangerous anomalies without undue risk. As a result, SCP-6041 was considered for reclassification to Thamiel class. Before further discussions on the subject of SCP-6041 could be scheduled, Section Chair Dr. T. Bremmel authorized a final test. The purpose of this test was to confirm if there was an equivalent to outer space within -1 in hopes of opening the possibility of assisting space-related endeavors. JM-498 and JM-390 were tasked with following the strings of -1 via SCP-6041 and reporting what they saw. All right, this is, pass this around, please. We have lots of paperwork today. Wake up. All right, this is 6041 incident JM498, JM390. Begin log, JM498. Wow, we are very high from the ground. The perspective is taken from, do I have to say JM we're just going to say the numbers, all right, for brevity's sake. I don't want to be here all fucking day. The perspective is taken from 498 and 390's body cameras. SCP-6041 has entered the thermosphere. It is nighttime and a vast proportion of the countryside and suburban areas are visible. 390 whistles. 390, this is the most fresh air I've gotten all day. What do you think? Really? 390 turns to 498, whom is closing his eyes and gripping the handrail tightly. 390 rolls his eyes. 498, are we in outer space yet? 390, no. Why are you? 498, I don't like heights. And I'm high up. Do I need to spell it out? 390, it doesn't even look that bad. Knock it off. The view's pretty. 498, I don't care if it's pretty. I'm not looking. I could barely make out the ground. I'm getting cold and this lift doesn't look stable. This is terrifying, you know, and I'm not the only one. My parents wouldn't like this. My friends wouldn't like this. Even infants are afraid of heights. Scientifically proven. Look it up. I'm just 390. Okay, fine. Be scared if you want to. Just quit whining. The sooner we see stars, the sooner we get this over. So, 498 snarls as he takes a deep breath and tilts his head up. 390 continues to look down the platform. 498 opens his eyes and emits a silent gasp. 498, stop the lift. 390, dude, if the height thing is bothering you that much, then just look up or whatever. 498, I am. 390, visibly confused, turns to follow JM498's gaze. The atmosphere above them has been spontaneously replaced by a ceiling painted to have the appearance of a starry night sky. 390 silently curses as SCP-6041 is quickly approaching the ceiling. 498, stop the lift. 390 rushes to the controls and tries to pull on the lever. The lever is stuck. The ceiling is only a meter away from SCP-6041. 498, stop the lift. 390, I'm trying, it's stuck. 498, try harder, we're almost gonna, oh shit. 498 and 390 jump to the floor and press themselves close to the ground. SCP-6041 makes contact with the ceiling. The sound of glass breaking is audible as shards fall on the platform and both personnel. 390 and 498 both grab for the lever and pull on it. The combined strength frees the lever and SCP-6041 ceases ascending. The scenery past the ceiling shows the background as a multitude of black blankets covered in shining glitter. Mars is visible and is represented by a large foam ball painted in red. 498. Wow, this isn't bad. It's pretty. Beautiful even. Okay, we've seen outer space. I think we can go back now. Huh? What? 390 doesn't respond to 498 and is looking below the platform, his mouth agape. 498 hesitantly approaches the hand railing and leans over. A massive hole is situated where SCP-6041 has emerged. 498 crouches and inspects one of the shards, a piece of glass painted dark purple on one side. 390 silently curses to himself. 498. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a problem, isn't it? End log. Unfortunately, the equivalent of the sky in -1 became damaged in the process, causing our own to become affected. A section of the
So this thing pressed through the dome and cracked it open?
Sphere and exosphere spontaneously disappeared, leaving a massive hole in the atmosphere 20 kilometers above ground, hereby designated SCP-6041-A. Several anomalous objects were found near the bottom of SCP-6041, resembling thin gas-like shards that visually resemble the sky when observed from below. The shards were intangible in our dimension, but not in -1. As such, it was possible to collect them. While outer space can be seen within -A, no air suction has been present around the anomaly and caused no detrimental effects to the surrounding atmosphere. -A, since that was visible from the ground, Containment procedures have been updated to conceal the anomaly through the use of an AHP attached to a Foundation satellite. All future tests and proposals involving SCP-6041 were postponed until the issue of -A has been resolved. Addendum 3. Escalation. 12 days after the manifestation of -A, it was found that the anomaly was slowly growing in size. This corresponded with the hole inside -1. The hole was cracking further and pieces of the ceiling were breaking off. Of greater concern was the fact that even though the damage to -A would not result in the destruction of the atmosphere, it could cause a BK-class broken masquerade scenario if not rectified. Emergency protocols were activated and significant resources were dedicated to containment and, if possible, complete termination of -A. In addition to being a spatial and dimensional anomaly, further analysis proved SCP-6041 was also an ontokinetic anomaly, as it was found to emit low levels of Humes. Lead researcher Jennings submitted a proposal. A flying drone with an attached Scranton reality anchor would approach the anomaly with 2 others capable of directed thermatological intervention following to assist. It was theorized that if SRAs were to be deployed near -A, it would dissipate or at least be negated. Contrary to expectations, the growth rate of -A increased exponentially. Lead researcher Jennings was demoted and the new position was taken by Dr. Barnes. -A eventually reached a radius of 150 meters and the AHP had extreme difficulty covering the anomaly. Reports emerged of the appearance of more shards in nearby towns. MTF RHO-43, the home invaders, was deployed to retrieve the shards and to anesthetize all witnesses. While the shards were recovered, MTF RHO-43 failed to fully prevent the information from leaking across civilian populations. This necessitated the production of Chicken Little 2, The World's Gone Nuts, by the Foundation front company Secret Cut Productions as a cover story after purchasing the rights from the Walt Disney Company.
What?
Lead researcher Barnes...
Well, stop that. Cut. What? Come on. Let's see. What they be? Hey, they would. Y'all see how they work, right? I'm just saying. Y'all see how they work. Just take this. You know what I'm saying? It's future reference as to how them boys really get down. You know what I'm talking about? Like they on some. Ooh. They will go to great lengths to cover something up, huh?
Drafted another proposal involving retrieving the shards and reattaching them to the hole in -1. A large amount of shards were recovered. The damage to the ceiling was reversed when the edges of the hole and shards were pressed against each other, allowing the fissure to disappear. This reduced SCP-6041-A size to 105 meters, but did not stop its rate of growth. If allowed to continue, it would soon return to its former size. The area was intensively searched for the remaining shards, but none were located. With the prospect of the resource drain of -A being unacceptable, lead researcher Barnes sought a more viable solution. Since the remaining shards were missing, he drafted a final proposal which involved creating a substitute for the empty spaces in the hole. A massive sheet of paper measuring 120 meters in perimeter was constructed and painted mostly cyan with large blotches of white on it. Personnel were able to prop the sheet up into -1 with great difficulty and were able to cover the hole with it through the use of 19 rolls of duct tape. The threat posed by -A was neutralized and expansion ceased. However, -A was replaced by the sheet and demonstrates the same anomalous properties as the shards. Because of this, the AHP had to remain active. Chicken Little 2, The World's Gone Nuts, performed extremely badly at the box office. Critics scrutinized the film on the grounds of poor use of CGI, the plot being nonsensical, and having its rating changed to R compared to the previous installment. Furthermore, the furry community also viciously condemned the movie for replacing the anthropomorphic animal characters with humans for no apparent reason. The director in charge of the production was fired, and Secret Cut Productions went bankrupt.
See that?
Although containment...
You see? That, and then that's when you come up with that astronomical, you know what I'm saying, cover stories. And when you try to, you know what I mean? you end up just ruining good. Like it's pointless to do the things that y'all do. You know what I mean? And I'm just speaking in like real time events, like when things go down, and the way that y'all try to handle that. You know what I'm saying? It's just try to, and then the way you try to handle people when it comes to the situations, you end up doing stuff like this. And look, I mean, you get fired, you get ridiculed, yeah, you go bankrupt, all that good stuff. Only, you know what I'm saying, because you done took something and try to, like, took truth and try to make, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy.
It required extensive resources. Lead researcher Barnes was pleased with the results, citing that he and his team were able to neutralize -A in its prior form. He took credit for being the one to prevent the BK class scenario from occurring. Addendum 4, Broken Masquerade Scenario. On the day lead researcher Barnes scheduled for a celebration of his staff's successful neutralization of -A, the North Korea incident occurred, leading to an immediate BK class scenario and the lifting of the veil. Lead researcher Barnes canceled the celebration. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was SCP-6041. Get out of here.
Yeah, we gone. Okay, mates. My cam went out. I'm sorry. I I humbly apologize. But listen, I wasn't gonna stop the flow for that. You know what I'm talking about? I'm still here. Yeah, but man, if we did not get a lot of pings, man, I'm just like, we was all over the board with this. I mean, we even got the negative side where they was being very insincere, you know what I'm saying? Deceptive, very much so, apathetic, small-minded, you know what I'm saying? Like, super sensitive to the information, sly with, you know what I'm saying? Inconsiderate, little some of my guns. Yeah, we computer programming. You feel me? So I mean, we got engineers. Yeah. So I mean, we're all over the place with the energies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the number 2 really resonated. The number 1 also resonated. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm kind of glad that you know what I'm saying, Self told me to throw up both of them, just grab both, and yeah. So yeah, man. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because we got the astral realm and Earth, you know what I mean? They didn't crack the veil. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? They didn't did all types of stuff in this junk. Like they got it. They really got it busting. They're like this jack though, man. Hey man, this lift, this thing is crazy. Like they went that high up, bro, and that thing was not gonna stop. Like now that's definitely anomalous. You know what I'm saying? Like how in the hell? But yeah, they keep going and you know what I'm saying. And even over here, we got for the sun, we got the star. You feel me? So they talking about space, and again, we got this water, and yeah, man, yeah, we're all over the place. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, the moon, you know what I'm saying, the space, like again, space. Center balance that holds together eternal opposites. You know, secrets revealed. See what I'm saying? Mysteries uncovered. You feel me? You see, they got painted stuff, and like, what was that? That was even King Kong cracked it up with the tree. You feel me? Threw something up there and bust that thing open. Show that he was all in a whole assimilation around this mother. You know, and he was aware of that such simulation as well. And that's the Sunstone being self-aware. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we on. That's what we on, Academy. That's what we here for. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, I like I said again, I humbly apologize for the cam going out, but my vocals are still here. This has been Academy 7. You know what I'm talking about? And we do battle over here. You know what I'm saying? And stuff happens, but we go keep it pushing. You feel me? Y'all keep y'all head on that swivel. Don't forget to keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected at all times. Do not let the world drive you crazy, just like I didn't let this drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying? I just kept going on. You know what I'm saying, with the flow of the thing. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. Just ways to protect your energy. Remember, it is a war for your mind, and things do happen. You know what I'm saying, and like we just gotta be able to protect ourselves. Stuff happens. You know what I'm saying. Spilled milk, so we ain't gonna cry about it. But yeah, we shall return with another SCP. I don't know where we're going. Like I said, this was a request from my daughter. You know what I'm saying. So baby girl, I appreciate you. We definitely worked out the numerology in this one, including the planetary energies via the sun and the moon. Of course, with a little tarot. So we was able to get numerology, all that good stuff in there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Academates, peace and love to you. I appreciate y'all. All the high vibrating species on the planet continue to vibe high. I appreciate y'all. We shall return. And hopefully my camera will make it all the way through through the giant. Y'all feel me? Peace.